The Guns of Fort Petticoat is a 1957 Technicolor Western produced by Harry Jo Brown and Audie Murphy for Columbia Pictures. It was based on the 1955 short story Petticoat Brigade by Chester William Harrison that he expanded into a novelization for the film's release. It was directed by George Marshall and filmed at the Iverson Movie Ranch and at Old Tucson. The working title of the film was Petticoat Brigade. Screenwriter and television director Walter Doniger was originally set to have directed the film. The fictional story tells the tale of an army deserter training a disparate group of women to be Indian fighters, climaxing in a Battle of the Alamo type action plot. In 1864, during the American Civil War, Texan-Lt. Frank Hewitt is serving with the U.S. Cavalry under Colonel John Chivington. On patrol, Hewitt meets a group of Indians who are unarmed and returning to the Sand Creek Reservation, which they were not supposed to leave. While being briefed by Hewitt, the colonel orders the attack known to history as the Sand Creek Massacre. Hewitt not only disagrees with the punishment of the Indians, but realizes they will use the attack as an excuse to unite and spread terror throughout the Southwest, including his own hometown in Texas, which has been emptied of the majority of its men who are fighting for the Confederacy. Colonel Chivington sees Indian attacks on Texas as a bonus to create havoc in the Confederacy. Violently objecting, Hewitt is placed under arrest and confined to quarters. Hewitt deserts to warn the Texans but is hated and ignored as a traitor by his now Confederate former neighbors, who despise him for serving with the Union. No one believes him until he brings home the dead body of a woman murdered by Comanches who have joined the uprising. Hewitt organizes a brigade of women, training them in marksmanship and combat tactics. Armed and given military ranks, Hewitt and the women seize the day and hold on to the only safety they have in an abandoned mission. Hewitt, the blue-belly traitor, and the Petticoat Brigade face desertion from the only remaining man and fight off scavengers and Comanches as they struggle to build trust and work together during the ensuing attacks. Is the final gunfight is over, Hewitt and his greatest female critic fall in star-crossed love left over from childhood memories. But Hewitt cannot reciprocate because as an honorable soldier he must return to his post at Sand Creek and face charges for desertion. Col. Chivington's commanding general happened to enter the trial room in the final hour as Hewitt is being renounced as a deserter and a liar about a most fantastic story of helping to rescue the women in Texas and training them to fight off Comanches. As the guilty sentence and execution is about to be pronounced, the female Confederates return the favor, marching armed into the trial to stop the proceeding. The commanding general, in amorous goodwill, orders a surrender to the armed ladies who have saved the day and prove Hewitt's truthfulness. Hewitt's testimony snares Col. Chivington and his hopes in his newfound Confederate lover restored. Cast: Audie Murphy as Lt. Frank Hewitt, Catherine Grant as Ann Martin, Hope Emerson as Hannah Lacey, Jeff Donnell as Mary Weller, Jeanette Nolan as Cora Melvin, Sean McClory as Emmett Kettle, Ernestine Wade as Hetty, Peggy Maley as Lucy Conover, Isabel Elsom as Mrs. Charlotte Ogden, Patricia Tiernan as Stella Latham, Kim Charney as Bax Leatham, Ray Teal as Salt Pork, Nesta Piver as Tortilla, James Griffith as Kipper, John Diggers as Storekeeper, Ainsley Pryor as Colonel John Chivington. Production: Murphy produced the movie through Brown Murphy Pictures, which he had set up with producer Harry Jo Brown. On November 9, 1955, Murphy signed a contract with Brown Murphy Pictures to appear in 2 films, of which this was the first. Brown wanted Murphy to make another movie. Murphy, who had the right to select stories, submitted proposals to appear in adaptations of Peer Gynt by Henrik
Ibsen and The Idiot by Dostoevsky. Brown accused Murphy of trying to get out of his contract and sued him for $1 million. Quotes, "It doesn't matter where a man was born. He fights for what he thinks is right." L.T. Hewitt.